Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conscious Medium Brandon and your astrology and card report for Capricorn, October 2021. We're going to do our due diligence here. We're going to clear our space. We're going to understand what we're meant to do in all of this. And oh, by the way, we're going to have a giveaway. Go ahead and take a look at our new table. And by the way, those of you that are new to us here, once you get a really good close-up of this one, the Gilded Tarot, we're actually giving it away this month. All you have to do is like and subscribe and share it onto some social media platform. Our street team's going to find it. We're going to award this to somebody. It's really nice. Really nice. Go ahead and tag Spiritry in there if you want to, Spiritry Studios. Again, I'm Conscious Medium Brandon Russ, and I want to kind of give you a little bit of a tour about here and my studio. First of all, we've got this wonderful light sitting next to me. This represents the light in which you carry, the light you're meant to do, no matter how dark it is. There's always a light that you carry inside. You know, by the way, if you recognize it from the tarot, if there's a bustle in your hedgerow, my regards, Mr. Plant. But it's meant to remind you that you keep a light on for those that need it. Taking a look over here at the table, which I gave you a little sneak peek to, Gilded Tarot right here, we're going to actually use the Rider-Waite classic deck. You'll recognize it. The Gilded Tarot, which is a beautiful, beautiful deck. And then the Light Speak deck. This is going to tell us what our soul is actually connected to. You're going to understand the reading here pretty quick, but I want to introduce you to my Merkaba table. And here in this table, we're going to do the light, love, and laughter, as well as an overall point of view in the center square, if you will. Just a little bit about myself, everybody. I've been doing this for years. I'm actually a certified medium, and I work with tarot and teach a great class called The Art and the Science of Tarot. I want to invite you along. Go ahead and click on the link below, and you can see the class, the link. In this class, you're going to learn all of the ins and outs about tarot. You're going to understand the meanings, all the basic stuff, but then we do a really deep dive. We start to talk about the combinations of cards, the astrology of them. It's a really well put together platform. My good friend Mike and I teach it together. We teach different parts because that's our strength. We want to make sure that you gain from that. So as we get started, we're going to bring in our bright light. We're going to ask our guides to connect with one another as we ask for the messages to come through that we hope to receive. And we do this work in light, love, and laughter so we can become the best version of ourselves and all the work we're meant to do. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to do this work here. Because this is what I'm meant to do for the greater good and the light of the world. Right there. Oh, Capricorn, let's jump into your astrology. Holy Toledo. Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to smudge just a little bit more. I'm going to give you a little more love right here. All right, Capricorn, here it is. I'm going to give it to you straight. You have got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. It is that quick. It is that simple. I don't have to say another word. And by the way, you don't need a lot of convincing to be very 3D about the things that you have, but you're an evolved creature. Don't think that you're not, Capricorn. By the way, as you dive into October, one of the challenges that you have is the same challenge that every sign is having, but you react a little bit differently because you've been a little bit muddy. Saturn being your ruling planet, that has been a challenge for you. Let's be honest. Let's be brutally, brutally honest here. You have felt like you have been in the mud. Right? You feel like those things are just getting so much overflow, right? You feel like you're dancing through mud all the time. Well, guess what? October's your month. You've got a lot of focus in on your money and your career, as, by the way, you're moving through the 10th house. And, oh, by the way, this has everything to do with how the world views you. This has everything to do with how you are presenting yourself. This has everything to do with how it is that you want to be at the end of the day. So all those ideas that you felt a little muddy about, and now you're starting to rock and roll it, well, guess what? It's all coming together now, isn't it? Capricorn, those great ideas are coming to fruition. Later on in the month, guess what? Saturn goes direct. Saturn's got a long shadow time. So probably till the middle of the month, maybe towards the end of the month, you're going to feel like your structure stuff has got to come together. You are going to have a great time doing this, though. You want to know why? For this reason and this reason alone. Capricorn, got to get out of your way because you've got your mind on your money. And your money on your mind. You're going to pull this off. The new business ideas are coming. The new ideas of where it is that you want to go are coming. You're actually doing a lot of planning. So during this Mercury retrograde, which, by the way, we go till about the middle of the month, and you're going to be able to dive in after that, plan, and get yourself ready. Oh, by the way, a look ahead for when you get into Scorpio time, that's when you start manifesting that connection. That's where you start diving into all of the things that you need to do. That is when you start to network. That is when you start to shake hands and kiss babies. Because Capricorn, if there's one thing that you don't mind doing, it's kissing a little butt to get to where you need to. Mind you don't really care. I'm not calling you out. But Capricorn, if this is your sun, moon, and rising, all those things I'm speaking to right now, you know what I'm talking about. If you get focused, if you get driven, stand back. Stand back. Like Stevie Nicks on the edge of a cliff, you are ready to go. All right, my friends. And oh, by the way, you've got some action in the second house, which is about your coupling and how you make your money. Your home life, however, is going to take a little bit of a backseat, probably because you're so darn busy. And that's okay. Capricorn, we don't hold it against you. We know you're strong, you're faithful, and all that other stuff. But on the other side of this, you kind of like the money here. It's really emphasized more so because of the 10th house than ever. But it's sizing it up perfectly because all of the work that you've been doing all along, it's starting to pay off. Oh, by the way, if you're in a 9 year, say you're 36 or you're 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, it happens. Or 90. It could represent a cycle year for you and you're about to take off. 2.0 is about to upload. Maybe you've done that spiritual work. Maybe you've taken all those classes that you need to, the yoga classes, the intuitive development classes, the crystal classes, all of those things. Now you're going to piece it all together and say, this is who I am, everybody. Capricorn 2.0 is about to upload. That's kind of fun, isn't it? Did I just hit a button? I just need to make sure they worked. All right, guys, let's turn to the tarot for advice here. Like I said, we've got a really cool setup here, and we've got our light, our love, and our laughter. The light talks about our connection with Creator. Talks about our light work that we're meant to do. Our love is obviously, well, it's about love. It's about our emotional journey. And then, of course, into the laughter. This talks about our human experience. Let's let that be the focus here on the 3D, because we've still got to do this. We've got to do this in our containers right now. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's take a look at where Capricorn's going to go with this. Of course, we start with an Earth energy card right out of the gate. The Knight of Pentacles talks about something new. Talks about being able to build something strong with a great foundation. Come on, Capricorn, you're not going to do it any other way. Oh, of course, you are going to do it the right way because the Strength card comes out. The 8, the Abundance. Go rocket, everybody. By the way, double kudos if you're a Capricorn with some sort of Leo rising. You're going to be driven. You're going to be purposeful about how you work within your spiritual journey. Really important here. Super important. Wow, what a great start. What a great start for you, Capricorn. This is a really good month for you. I mean this wholeheartedly. Like, this is also when you like shed stuff. Think of that. Think about getting the Strength card with a new platform, a new idea. Connected to your spiritual growth. Oh, here we go. Ah, 9 of Cups. Good old 9 of Cups. Why not be happy with where you are? Right? Why not be able to kind of dive in a little bit and say, hey, listen, I got plenty to share. By the way, this doesn't mean that you're going out and you're loving the town. Let's not do that, everybody. Can we not do that? Come on, Capricorn, I want to talk to you about that again. But I am going to turn over the Fool card right here, and the Fool card is about something new. Maybe this is new for you. Maybe this is you about showing your abundance in a way that you never really did before. Maybe this is kind of turning the page just enough for you to be sizing up not only your next steps, but also recognizing that you have value in what you're able to share with people. I think it's kind of funny that I made fun of Stevie Nicks being on the on the edge, and then all of a sudden the Fool card comes out right here. It kind of looks like Stevie Nicks a little bit, doesn't it? Stand back, stand. Anyways, I refuse to sing the rest of that song. Watch me get a copyright hit just for that. That'd be hysterical. All right, guys, now let's take a look at the laughter side of things. Let's have a little bit of fun with this. Oh, here we go. Come on, large and in charge, the Empress. Feminine divine energy comes out here. We're also going to pay attention to your very, very, very important way about who you are here on Earth. This is about your hard work coming into it. This is about you being able to dive in. You've been doing this work for a while here. You've been trying to figure stuff out. You've been scheming a little bit. The astrology speaks to it. And not scheming in a negative way. It's just simply hard work. It's the classes you're taking, the ideas that you have, the planning that you've made. Your resources are going to come through. Your resources will come through. The Empress comes out. Let's see what comes up next. Oh, yeah, here we go. The Justice card. The 11th house. We're in Libra right now. Why wouldn't this come out? The Justice card talks about the payoff. It talks about the equilibrium. It actually talks about you actually getting what you deserve. Reap what you sow. That's a funny statement right there. But for you to get, you got some serious major arcanas going on here. You got the Strength card here in your light. Your love, you got the Fool. And here, in the 3D, which by the way, you guys really keep a scorecard. Come on, let's be honest, Capricorn. It's lead follower, get out of the way most of the time. And that doesn't mean you don't have a sensitive side, but boy, oh boy, at the end of the day, you'll step over him. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But to have this into your laughter, what you're supposed to be enjoying, you're busting your hump and it's paying off. Woohoo! Kind of fun. I'm kind of okay with that, aren't you? I know I am. All right, let's pull out the Gilded Tarot and consult where we should go with any of these. You know, the really cool thing when you start working with multiple decks of cards is, first of all, you get a little confused. I'm just kidding. All tarot decks are the same, everybody. The difference between a tarot deck and an oracle deck is the tarot deck has the basic structure of the 78. Major arcana, the minor arcana. Now, when people come into this and they kind of do their own kind of creativity into it, it's really kind of interesting as to what their take is. And there's themes involved with it, so forth and so on. But what's really super cool about being able to work with both tarot and oracle decks, and I'll give you an example here in a second. This is going to be a really important time for you as you work with these two decks of cards, because you're going to get a different perspective. All right, let's talk about, and by the way, our finale will be right there in the center. Oh, here we go. Right here, and I'm going to do a little close-up here. The Queen of Wands comes out. The Queen of Wands comes out and talks about, you are very, very serious about your spirituality. Nobody's going to take your light. And oh, by the way, you're going to be inspired. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I think this is a time where all of those classes are starting to come together, because now you're working into the action. Holy Toledo. You got the Fire Queen. Pay attention, everyone. You are becoming. Come on, Capricorn. Oh. My favorite cards of the deck, everybody. Why don't we take a look at the Hermit? The Hermit is about the change inside of you. Didn't I just mention a 9 cycle? It's funny I should say that. By the way, the snake represents the change. The light represents the light inside of you. And you, Capricorn, are never afraid of work. Why wouldn't you be? By the way, highly spiritual, incredibly spiritual. Capricorn, listen, if you watch all of these videos, you see me kind of talk about a lot of cautions with a lot of the other signs. For you, this is a high time. I want you to really take a look at this part of the spread. Knight of Pentacles. Then you get the Strength card. Then you get the Queen of Wands. You're all about the action in your spiritual work. It's about time you start bringing it down and start applying it. Now let's talk about love, love, love. You want to win that free reading? Look up that song. I can't make this stuff up. The Page of Wands comes out. Maybe this is a new love. Certainly a new passion. It's a regeneration. And by the way, when you get the Fool card along with the Page of Wands, that's one of our combos. Certainly is. Those two come together. Guess what? You've got change. It's positive too. By the way, for the sake of these readings, all of these cards are upright because we were looking at the general nature in combination with the astrology. A personal reading is going to have reverse cards. Just to let you guys know. Oh, what did I say about the second half? What did I say about the second half? By the way, we're going to do a close-up on this one. The Death card. Scorpio. Remember when I said that this is absolutely the second half of this month of October, which, by the way, gets us into Scorpio season? 100% is a wake-up call. You're about shedding the old and bringing in the new. Capricorn, changes all around you. Mind on your money. Woo! Can't make this stuff up. Why not pull in some more earth energy? Coming into where you're going to go with your laughter. By the way, you've got the resources. Pay attention. The resources are there. You do not have to worry about the resources not being there. They will be. You've done the work. You've absolutely done the work. Why shouldn't you actually get the reward on this? This is a pretty fantastic spread here for you guys. And by the way, I think for my own edification, I think Capricorns tend to be the most skeptic. And by the way, yes, they believe in mediumship, but I don't know if they believe in you. I get that response often. Let's take another Gilded Tarot. By the way, if you really like the Gilded Tarot, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you like this idea about how it is that I'm talking about the tarot deck and how it all comes together, sign up for the class, October 18th. Whew. Some swords are coming out now, everybody. Oh, hit that wrong button. Let this be a sword fight. Plenty of fight right here. So the Two of Swords talks about a decision. So you've really got to, you're going to come to terms with this. Maybe you're changing your jobs. Maybe you're retiring. Maybe you're opening your own business. Kind of speaks to it. Kind of sort of speaks to it. Now I want to take a look at the light cards here. And oh, by the way, the language of light cards. Some of you will recognize these. If any of you work with them or do tarot readings yourself, you're going to find that they have a really good punctuation on the overarching connection with what's going on in the reading. They're almost like a major arcana all the time, but they're talking about things of the soul, and how I'm utilizing them here is I put it out there that this is actually the connection with what your soul needs to know and what your soul needs to hear. So I'm going to switch over to this one right here, and we are going to absolutely talk about the light. Oh yeah, here it is. Soul family. Why wouldn't it be the soul family? We're talking about your light. Your light is your connection with your highest self. We're going to place this right over the light right here. Why stop there? Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. Oh yeah, this is the time to journal. So the soul writing card comes out for a really cool reason right here. Anybody ever takes a class but with me, I'm going to talk quite a bit about how you got to journal. You got to journal this. The reason why we journal is so that we can go back to this and see our own growth. Well, in our love spread right here, we're talking about how you are ready to share your abundance. You're looking for something new ideas, ready to be 2.0. Are you ready to be 2.0? Are you ready to do the growth? Go back and read your journals. By the way, soul writing doesn't mean you have to write until your hand falls off. Maybe, just maybe, this is reviewing all the things you've already written. Huh. Can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't. All right, let's take a look at where we're going to go next into. Woo! I'm just pulling cards everywhere. Oh, yeah, variance. Oh, here we go. So into your laughter is about variance. Learn to sing, learn to dance. Learn to be the best version of yourself in the moment. This is going right on top of this. So maybe you're choosing happiness. Maybe you're choosing to honor yourself. Come on, Capricorn. Sometimes you bite the bullet and you're like, I'm a little pleaser. I'm a little pleaser, short and stout. I'm going to get tagged at some point, and that's not cool. So listen, so far so good. Let's do a quick recap before we do an overarching here in the center. In the light, we have a whole bunch of really cool stuff going on. We've got new opportunities. Honestly, I think you're going to step out of your comfort zone and you're going to start doing some soul work. Maybe this is about your journey, but when the Hermit card shows up, traditionally you've already done the work. Maybe you need to do a little bit more. But this soul family is recognition that you have plenty of guides. We say this all the time when I teach mediumship. You got to trust the spirit is going to meet you there. So many people get anxious. They're worried about losing their gift. What if I fail the person I'm reading? It's natural. But when you start to trust the spirit is going to be there, ding, 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 ding. Fantastic. Oh, wait, how about we do one of those? Fantastic. How about a little ta-da? There you go. When you start to do this work, it's really important that you follow through and you begin to trust. That's the big thing. Oh, by the way, the haters are going to hate. The doubters are going to doubt. Now, let's talk about the love side of this. The love side of this, boy, oh boy, you want to start to share the love, but you also want to show that you're not going to sit back. No more being small, Capricorn. No more being small. Go big or go home. And oh, by the way, this transformation is undeniable. Go ahead. Be who you're supposed to be. Now is your time. By the way, the astrology speaks to this. Your Jupiter and Saturn are going to go direct. By the way, they're still sitting in Aquarius, and they will for some time. This is about you having your authentic self come to light. And oh, by the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in the 3D. Your laughter, the Empress, the Justice. This is about the hard work that you put in coming to fruition. Something new coming our way and a decision being made for you. I really think this really kind of lends itself to being like, you know what, I'm not putting up with nonsense anymore. And by the way, if there's a sign that can know nonsense, it's Capricorn. You're going to embrace what air energy you have in the Libra, and you're going to go ahead and just say, yeah, no, we're not going to go there. And the variance is all about remembering, you know, moderation, having the spice of life be the change and the variety. Variety is the spice of life, is it not? All right, well, without further ado, let's really kind of start rolling. There's an eternal happiness coming for you guys. Wow. By the way, if this is a pure love reading, I would say, holy Toledo, we are talking about, I hear wedding bells. By the way, I do weddings. I say that as a joke, but I'm ordained. But this is about eternal happiness. What else do we speak to with this? Of course, 7 of Pentacles. This talks about reaping what you sow. Come on, Capricorn. Does anybody work harder in the astrological chart? Huh? Tell me. I mean, think about it. You guys always have to deal with the, hey, happy birthday and Merry Christmas. And then you have to deal with, oh, it's the coldest time of the year. Come on. Capricorn, be your badass self and find your happiness for a change. The change of season, you're like, I can smell my birthday from here. You better get me a present just for that. Oh, here we go. The King of Pentacles comes out. Fan-freaking-tastic. By the way, I'm going to give a little magician love here. Totally, especially in this spot. So you're talking about your happiness, reaping what you sowed, and oh, by the way, having the abundance and the judiciousness of having that. You earned it. You didn't step in it. You didn't win the lottery. You earned it. You earned it. Right? Yeah. What have I been saying since the beginning of this reading? Here comes 2.0. Hey, Capricorn, thanks for coming. 2.0 is about to just upload. The judgment card comes out in key points of a spread, and it can mean one of two things almost always. The first one is the literal judgment. And oh, by the way, don't you see the people kind of coming up out of spirit? And the Rider Waite, it actually has people coming up out of their grave. A little creepy, not going to lie. But as a tool of divination, it also talks about you reinventing yourself. The judgment card is almost the exact dichotomy that you need to say, I'm going to do this and I got to become my own person. People are going to judge you. By the way, whenever you say no to somebody, and I have noticed this in my own life, the people that always speak ill of me, they all have one thing in common. I said no to them. You say no to them, and oh my gosh, they're like, who are you? You're a different person. That's right. I'm judgment. I'm 2.0. I want to call them bitches, but I don't want to swear in this. All right, let's pull some of the language of light cards. Oh, of course. By the way, your second house is having a ton of action as well. That's where Jupiter is, I believe. Your 10th house is incredibly busy. Mars is in your 10th house. Sun's in your 10th house. You're going to learn that you're going to kind of go big or go home, because this is a call for your awakening. Can't make this spread up, guys. So Capricorn, awesome sauce all the way around the horn. 2 quick reminders. You're going to like and subscribe and share with your friends and possibly win this really cool Gilded Tarot box set. It's pretty fantastic, actually. By the way, that's these cards right here. They're beautiful. They're amazing. Also, if you like these kind of styles for teaching, you're going to really enjoy the art and science of tarot. Go ahead and click on the link below, but make sure you get our word out there, because we've got a whole bunch of things coming. Take a look at the spread, Capricorn. You really do have your mind on your money, but it's really about abundance. It's about actually beginning to use your tools that you've been building up and saving up and going out there and making a difference in the world. Capricorn, I don't mean to put a lot of pressure on you, but you're kind of in charge right now. This is really important that you guys find where you need to go with this. Use those skills that you've learned, all of those classes you've taken. It's time to apply it. And by the way, your loved ones are going to look at you a little bit differently. And oh, by the way, you've got a decision to make when it comes to who you're going to laugh with. And oh, by the way, your soul's going to be happy because it's awakened. Your new sense is coming out. You're going to have abundance. Come on, Capricorn, you're not going to do it any other way. The 4 of Wands comes out, and it's just an amazing, amazing. Oh, I cannot. What do you guys think? That's about right. Filmed before a live studio audience. Not true, it's 11:30 at night. But I am going to say this here, Capricorn. Now is your time. Go get it. Go get it. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys for being part of my path here. Since we can't hug and handshake right now, we're going to give each other the hard tap. Tell each other we love and care for one another, and remind one another to simply keep going. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys for being part of my path here today. Be sure to spread this out there and share it with your friends. Thanks again, everybody, and keep going.